Yo, 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 what's up, YouTube? It is the Junkie, and it is January 1st, 2025. So, you know what that means? I'm sure everybody's going to do this and have videos focusing on this or want list, and I'll do another one of those videos soon. But this is my January 1st, 2025 comic book room tour, the first of the year. I always do multiple of these every year, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, let me show you guys what's going on in here. This is the entrance into my comic book room. My wife has graciously let me take over one of the bedrooms in our townhome to showcase my collection, and this is it. So this is the entry. I'm sure if you guys have been here on my channel before, you've seen all this before. Nothing's really changed, but I'll go into a little bit more depth on this video. But here's some fake prints that I got scammed on eBay one year. God, it must have been about 10 years ago or so. But the seller was selling Greg Horn prints, autographed, and he claimed they were authentic. And then when I got them, they are basically just printouts from the computer. And I ended up getting my money back. But I'm like, oh, they're pretty cool. I'll hang them on the door just to kind of show it's a comic book room. But yeah, these are fake prints that the seller was trying to sell for real prints. As you can see, they are signed, but they're fake. Anyways, there's that. And then you come in, I got a fan here. Try to keep it nice and cool in my room. And as you walk in, right there in the center is mainly all of my decorated boxes, comic book boxes, you know, the ones that have art on them. I have X-Men, Hulk, mainly X-Men ones. Like I think a couple Walking Dead, Ghost Rider. Anyways, I keep all of them in the center. I don't want to stack them too high. I got them 3 high. If you guys know or don't know, those boxes, I mean, they're beautiful to look at, but they are very flimsy. They're not very sturdy like the regular BCW boxes. They are very flimsy and they fall apart. So I don't like stacking them too high because that puts a lot of pressure on them. So I try to keep them separate. So I've always had them in this, not always, but for the most part, I've always had them separate from my other boxes. So now I just keep them in the center of the room. And there are some BCW boxes, and all these are full except for that one box right there. And there's a Blade box right there. Those two are not full. This Blade one has a few comics in it laying down, and that box over there, which is I think a Deadpool Wolverine box, is empty. So those are the only 2 boxes that are not full in this room. Every other box is got comics in it. And of course, on display, I have my 2 Hulk 181s. This one here I bought off eBay. It is a restored. It's a green label. I don't really care. It's missing the value stamp, so that's the issue with that book there. 6.0. I don't believe it's ever been pressed or cleaned, so maybe it'll get a bump, but it's missing the value stamp, which I don't care because it doesn't really affect the book or the story. And this one here is probably a mid-grade. I'd say probably about the same, 6. I won this off of Mystery Box. I do have a video up on that. I did a live stream, and I opened it live on camera. And it was the grand prize from a company called Dat Spider-Man booth. And I won that, and I also won from them the grand prize of a 9.8 CGC New Mutants 98 first Deadpool. So I won those 2 big books from them, but I haven't bought a box from them in a long time. Over here are just some supplies. I have a lot of comics that need bags and boards, so I bought a bunch, and I'll have to buy a lot more because I have like a long box and 2 short box full of unbagged boarded comics that I've gotten from the flea market or whatever. But most of these boxes are not labeled. I do have stickers on them. As you can see, it says Uncanny X-Men, and here's a 1 Down there is a 2 or 3. But anyways, what I do is When it says 1 on it, it's my Uncanny X-Men run, which I have complete from 99 to 544. And as you guys know, I am doing, started last year doing this. This is all that I need. Actually, 100. Sorry, I thought I had 99. 100 through 544 complete. And these are the ones that I need to complete the entire run, which is a lot of the Silver Age books. And it's going to take a while to complete that. That's fine. But I think I'm down to like 60, maybe 65 books that I need to complete the X-Men run. But anyways, this starts with annuals and from 100 up. And then box 2 is whatever I stopped at in this one up. You know what I mean? Until it's the full run. And I have multiple copies of almost every X-Men book, whatever. But yeah, if there's not... some of these boxes are mixed. Like the House of X, Powers of X is a mixed box. And here's what's in that. Here's what's in this one. But anyways, that's it on this center aisle here. Over here on this side here are all my long boxes, and I do have them labeled on what's inside of them. If you guys know, I made a few videos last year where I was going through my collection, and I had probably half my collection was all these boxes, and some short boxes were all unsorted. They were a mixed bag of indie, Marvel, DC. It was just whatever I bought, because I would buy a whole long box at a time from the flea market, and I was getting them cheap for like 70, 80 bucks a box. So it would be a mixed bag, and I just never separated them. So I finally went through, and for the most part, I'm still finding stuff that's not separated. Like downstairs I have some that I'll show. But for the most part, probably 98% of my collection is separated. And I have them all labeled. So I put all the indie together, and I put all the DCs together. The Marvel, I try to break down into groups. If it's small, like mini runs or something, or small titles that don't have a lot of issues, I kind of just put them as in the quote-unquote Marvel box, as you can see right here. There's one that just says Marvel. Those all fit into that. Everything else, I try to fit into something on its own. Spider-Man, I try to pull Spider-Man books out. So all these are labeled Spider-Man. So what that is every title that's Spider-Man related. Venom, Carnage, Spider-Woman, whatever. If it's a Spider-Man related book, I put it into Spider-Man. And then what I'll do is one day I'll go through and I'll pull all my Spider-Man boxes out, and then I'll separate them into categories. Another one that I did is Cosmic Minis. What this is basically anything cosmic, like the Age of Ultron. Some of these might be backwards. Eternals, stuff like that. Just mini-series or like I said, some of these are going to be backwards. But anything cosmic related that's like a mini-series, I put them in there. I try to keep all the other stuff, like Silver Surfer, I try to keep all them separate. Warlock, I try to pull all them separate. All Thanos-related titles, I try to keep separate. Daredevil. Over here. Well, anyways, let me show you guys anyways. This all here is long boxes. And pretty much all of these I've gotten from the flea market. So that's crazy. And then here's some shorties. And then over here, I have this cool Trump card that I got from the flea market. One of my buddies. Custom collectible cards. It's a Trump. If you guys don't know, I am a Republican, and I did vote for Trump. Probably the greatest president of our lifetime, other than Ronald Reagan. Anyways, besides that, my mother-in-law got me this cool frame here that holds 2 comic books, and I was going to put one of my original Hulk 181s in there, but I said, nah, I don't really want to do that. So I did put a facsimile in there. And this is my Captain America 207, and it's my very first comic that I ever got. Ever in my entire... Not the original, but one that I bought. And it is the very first comic that I ever received as a kid, and it's what got me on my path. I got this in my stocking when I was in the 3rd grade in school, which was... Man, I was probably 8 years old, so we're talking 45 years ago. But that is the comic that set me on this path that I'm on now. So I try to have the very first comic that I ever got, and my favorite character, which is Wolverine, of course. So there's that. So I thought that was a cool frame. When we do move, we are moving to Georgia, probably the beginning of next year. We only signed a 1-year lease here. So hopefully, I told my wife the only requirement that I have is a finished basement. And that's where I can put all my comics. I can have my comic room, my movie room, all in one. Hopefully, well, not hopefully. I know it will come to pass because that's the one thing that I want. Yeah, but all of these books are separated. So I'm pretty excited that I was able to do that. See DC and Indie. I didn't realize I had as many DC books as I have. Probably close to almost half my collection is DC books. And I'm very surprised by that because I'm not really a DC guy. But I do like Batman, and I wasn't a big Superman kick, so I do have a lot of those. But I do have a lot of DC books. When I do a purge, maybe that's probably going to be the first thing to go. I'll never get rid of my Marvels, and definitely never get rid of my X-Men. But on this wall here, I have some movie posters. These are the official sized movie posters that you would see in a movie theater. Hellboy, Spider-Man 3, Bad Moon. It kind of symbolizes all my favorite types of movies, sci-fi, superhero, and horror. I love horror movies. It's probably my favorite genre of movies. I do love horror movies. I buy all kinds of horror movies, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K. It doesn't matter. If it's a horror movie, I buy it. And I have over 8,000 physical copies of movies, and most of it is horror. Okay, and over here on this far wall, these are all my prints that I've gotten for Comic-Cons, and they are all signed by their artist. So that is pretty cool. I got some Bernie Wrightson. I've got a bunch. I got Arthur Saddam. But on this wall here, these are all short boxes. All my long boxes that I have are all on this wall here. And then over here are all, short boxes. And they're, like I said, they're all labeled. These are all been separated and gone through for the most part. There's that. And up here I have, what is this? Oh, my signed Dracula limited edition book that I got from my shop. There's that, and then a Marvel encyclopedia that my mother-in-law got me for Christmas one year. And then a picture of me and my wife that I keep in here. That was back in my skinny days. My wife, she still looks the same. I've gained some weight. So there's that. Yeah, I love that picture of us. Here's a reprint of Wolverine versus Hulk 181, and then some trades and some comic book price guides. And here's some, like I said, these are all signed. There's my Steranko Captain America. I think a lot of collectors have this in their collection. But yeah, these are all signed. Here's some Bernie Wrightson prints signed. Luckily, I met him before he passed at Tampa Bay Comic-Con. I got them 4 cool ones. And then, of course, one of my favorite Justice League of America covers. It's an homage to Exorcist, which, of course, you know me. I love horror movies, so there's that. And then we have the 18-inch wingspan, or wing of the TIE Fighter. I love this. I used to have a bunch of Star Wars toys, and I sold a lot off year before last. I kind of regret it, but it is what it is. And a vintage Boba Fett, Slave Master ship, and AT-AT. All from, I had these as a kid, I got rid of them, and I've rebought them as an adult, so there's that. And then over here, more books, and I need more boxes, so there's that. And then on this wall here, like I said, more short boxes, guys. I'm over 52,000, I think 52,100 something comics, maybe a little bit more than that, but my collection is stacked, guys. And I love every book. So it's going to be hard to get rid of it all. And moving it all to Georgia is going to be a lot of fun. But, yeah, I have all. And these are all, for the most part, they're all separated. Like this box here, Venom and Morbius. X-Men, same thing with the Spider-Man. I put all the X-Men titles together, and one day I'll just pull out all the X-Men boxes and separate them into groups or whatever. As you can see, another box that's just Marvel on it. Random indies, Conan extras. I have a complete Conan the Barbarian run and a bunch of extras. And there's a blue TIE Fighter and an awesome Darth Vader that I got from Target a long time ago. Then I have this print here that's signed by Stan Lee, and it does have the stamp with it. I won this from Alex the Comic Hoarder. He had a contest one year, and I won this print. And it's an awesome Spider-Man print signed by Stan Lee, and it's authenticated with the Stan Lee stamp. So that's pretty cool. I have that. Blackout curtains, because it's Florida. As you can see peeking through the crack, it is sunny outside, but it is dark in here. And here's a look at this far wall. That Coke is when Coke was doing the superheroes, and that's a Wolverine bottle. And then over there I got a Cabin Fever and a Friday the 13th movie poster and more signed prints. And then I have a Millennium Falcon from the 80s that I got. I'm not the original owner, but I did buy it to have. And of course more comics. Just comics everywhere, guys. And these are drawer boxes that I've kind of put like some of the cool titles that I've been interested in really lately. And Tomb of Dracula, Werewolf by Night, I have complete runs of those. Witching Hour, complete run. House of Secrets and House of Mystery, Nova, Cosmic, and then we got Punisher, Moon Knight, and then down here is like more like titles like Avengers and stuff like that. Then this model here, my dad passed when I was 15 years old, so he's passed almost 40 years ago. And when I was a kid, a way for him to relax, my dad was a hardworking man. He worked 2 jobs, and the way for him to relax and decompress was to do models for me. And he used to hang them from the ceiling. And this is the last remaining model that I have for my dad. It is Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. And he did that for me, and I got that. He made that like right after the Star Wars movies came out. He took me to see Star Wars in the movie theater, the original. So 77 or 78 when it came out. So I was only 6 or 7 years old, and he made this model for me, and I've had it ever since. That's the one that I've kept. That I regret getting rid of the other ones, but I just, as a young guy, moved out on my own when I was 18. And I had a very limited room, and I only had a studio apartment, and I couldn't keep everything that I had. So I kept this, and I still have it, and I always keep it on display. Over here is my Crow movie poster from the original movie, the one and only. And then I have these Howl-O-Scream. We used to go every year until recently. We haven't gone the past couple. But I used to get the maps, and they don't even give out the maps anymore. So the few maps that I do have and some tickets, there's that. And like I said, here's all comics. Comics everywhere. More comics over here. And then over here on this wall here is, I love this wall. This wall here is all of the original art that I've gotten from my friends on YouTube and Instagram. Tony Wynot Art, Journos Comics, from Heroes to Icons. I've commissioned all this artwork from them, and I have more in my closet that I just don't have room on this wall to hang up. But I always get some type of Wolverine or some type of Sabretooth. I have a Galactus over here, which is pretty cool that Tony Wynot Art did. Of course, all Wolverines, Sabretooth. I got a Walking Dead one, Negan. But these are all originally done on blank sketches or art paper. And, yeah, I hang them on my wall to kind of like showcase my art. But I do have a bunch more that I don't have room. So hopefully when we move, I'll have a bigger basement. And I'll have more wall space so I can really showcase all these things. And in my closet, more books. More books. I am officially out of room with books. So, yeah, anyways, in the closet. Action figures, tubs of action figures. And for a while there, I got out of collecting comics for a while, and I did start collecting Living Dead dolls. I did sell off a few of them, but I still have a bunch. Those are 4, each row is like 4 deep. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 26 of them, and then I got 3 big ones that are limited edition. Less than 300 on the big ones, and 2 of them are Exorcist, and 1 of them is another one. But yeah, pretty cool to have those. But that's something I did collect for a while. I got out of comics and got into more collected movies, and I got addicted to these Living Dead dolls. So I know it's weird, but they're all limited edition dolls that are horror related, and I do have a bunch. So there's that. And then up here are my wife for the longest time. Especially when she was younger. When we met, she was 20 and I was 32. So she was into like license plates. So she has a big collection of like real official license plates from all over the country that we've kept in a box for her. And she used to be into collecting these belt buckles, and they're really hard to find. I don't know if you can even find them anymore, but we did find a bunch when we first started dating in her early 20s, and I would buy them for her. She would buy them, and I thought it was kind of cool to keep them on display in here. But yeah, she was into the belt buckle kind of thing. Now we just keep them displayed. So we got them up here on the little edge here. I thought it's pretty cool. But that's it, guys. That is the room. Here's an overview. Just books everywhere. Like I said, I have over 52,000 comics in my collection. And that there is a Star Wars popcorn tin from, I believe, episode 4. Never sealed, never been opened. But that's it, guys. And I have more books downstairs in a closet. I don't really want to show those, but it's in a closet that I just had no room up here, so my wife said just shove them in a closet, so I did. There's like 16 boxes downstairs too. But that's it, guys. Thought I would do this video and show you guys. Oh, and I have some belt buckles on the very top. You can't see them; they're kind of hidden, but I collected belt buckles too. So, anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. It's 2025. Hopefully more people drop videos like this. I love seeing these room tours. And I do a lot of them throughout the year. Probably, I would say a good 10. I'll do like shorts of them real quick or whatever. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more videos. It's the Junkie. Remember to like, thumbs up, subscribe. And I'm out. Peace.